From start to finish, no sports star has ever done it better, with less controversy and less fuss than the captain. In recent years, we've seen a group of guys like Matt Harvey or Mark Sanchez try to take over the mantle as sports king of the city, only to fall back. Sal, will any player ever navigate New York as well as Derek Jeter?
I think it's tough to get the combination of all the different things that Derek Jeter was. I think the first thing you look at, well, how did he stay so clean off the field? Well, he was a good guy, okay? And he had his fun, he partied, but he did it in a respectful way, in a way where you're not going out there causing any trouble. I think that can be done by somebody else, but can that be done in today's day and age and play at the same level that Derek Jeter played throughout his career? That's where I would say no, we will probably never see this.
Well, it's a good point, because it's the combination. It's off the field staying out of trouble, the matinee idol status, and the winning. The consistent winning and greatness all came together.
Guys you referenced there, Sanchez and Harvey, it's more about how they fell off performance-wise. Right. Although Harvey wasn't exactly off to a Jeter-like start off the field either with some of the things he was doing. So it's a hard thing to do when you're in the spotlight all the time, that's for sure. And he did do almost everything right. But don't forget, he didn't handle the A-Rod stuff well when A-Rod came over here. And I'm convinced that hurt that team for a couple of years. It was ice cold between the two of them for a couple of years. I remember 06 especially when they got in, they played terribly against the Tigers, and just the negativity around that team had a lot to do with their relationship. So it wasn't all perfect with them.
When A-Rod ended up batting eighth, yeah.
You guys bring up A-Rod. Are you saying that A-Rod didn't handle New York as well as
not as well as Derek Jeter? No,
exactly. Somebody maybe like an Eli Manning. I know he's had this helmet thing, but he's won 2 Super Bowls. He's pretty much has a good reputation off the field. He might be one guy who you would consider. I still don't think he's on the level of Jeter, but to me, the amazing part with Derek is everything that he did, everything that he did off the field with the charities and even staying out of this kind of the scandal pages, etc. Even with dating starlets and models and whatever, it's an amazing feat when you think about it. And then you add on top of that 14 All-Star games, 5 World Series, 3,000 hits, all that sort of stuff. That complete package, it's hard to argue.
And in the advent of social media, which made it even harder for him to do it. Now our producer, Brandy, brought up an interesting name that, you forget now, it's been so many years, you forget now, had some of this within his grasp, was David Wright. If 06, 07, and 08 had gone differently for the Mets, John, he had that matinee idol sort of status. And then, of course, his career with the injuries going downhill.
Well, he was compared to Jeter for a long time. He was the Mets cheater.
You forget.
And then it had, I think he still might have been able to, even though they fell off in 07, 08, but the injuries just brought him down. And you got to be able to do it from start to finish if you're going to be on that level with Jeter. And he couldn't finish it.
Because Wright had that combination off the field, too.
Oh, yeah.
He did.
Right
he did. And unfortunately for Wright, on the field, the end of his career is going to be remembered more like Don Mattingly's than it is Derek Jeter.
And by the way, it shouldn't be that difficult to behave the way that guys like Derek Jeter and David Wright do off the field. What are we asking for here? Are we asking for too much for guys to be quality human beings? That's why I've always loved David Wright. Now, they stand out because a lot of these athletes find themselves in big trouble, but it shouldn't be that difficult. The hard part is to play as well as Jeter has for as long as he did.